Flat earth beneath my feet, knowing I'm here to meet. Ocean's edge, it calls my name. Purpose in this life's game. Horizons line so clear, God's love brings me near. Flat earth made by him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by his gentle sway. Mountains tallly standing.
Yo, Flows, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, we had to start a bit earlier tonight because I have a debate just now. So we're going to have just about under an hour and a half for this. But we are joined by Michael, PJ, who's just quickly making coffee, and Roger. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Beautiful.
It's good to see you guys. I'm glad you are all here. I appreciate you all being here. Everybody in the YouTube lands, please hit the likes, share the show. Appreciate you. And while we have to start, Roger sent a $5 super chat earlier. We must be strong, girlfriend. The globe truth will prevail. You will see. What?
You like that? I was talking to all the girlfriends out there that are rooting for the globe, you know.
Well,
Hang in there.
It's funny you mention that because I was watching a bit of King Nico this morning and Sean Hawkins popped on calling him a coward and that.
Yeah.
Sean Stalkins. Poor guy.
It's like a stuck record, isn't it, man?
Mm-hmm. I don't even answer the guy. I mean, he's like messaged me like, I don't know, 20 messages today or something on Discord. I haven't even answered one of them. The guy just doesn't stop. It's like he cries to me every day about, it's like, okay, you got an issue, your problem. But yeah, guys, so we're only going to have an hour and a half maximum tonight because I'm going to be debating, what's that guy's name? Barry, someone Jr. or whatever, E Jr., about thermodynamics. He's that guy that I was debating with. Remember when I was with Apollo Detectives, Marcus? We were debating against those two guys, and the one guy was that Marcus guy, Daryl. He's the guy that apparently worked for NASA or learned how to do things through NASA or something. So he's been begging me to do a debate on thermodynamics for some reason. I don't know what we're going to be debating practically on thermodynamics, but be interesting to see what he comes up with.
I was going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
Probably.
Shame. And then I'm going to ask him for a demonstration, which he won't be able to provide. That's practically all it's going to be. But yeah, guys, I will make sure you watch that soon in an hour and a half.
I'm going to predict you get very annoyed with him.
I'll keep calm, but I will get frustrated, obviously, like usual. I'm still very surprised that the chat with Planet Peterson, it went totally different than I thought it would go. Because if I look at all the debates he's had, he was like a total different person with me than those other guys. So that was weird. Obviously, he still does the same thing. Now, I'm right, you're wrong type of thing, you know. But, yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, I got two videos we're going to go through tonight. We're going to start with this quick one, which is Leon Flat Earth. He's a small channel. I'm going to put the link in your chat if you guys want to go subscribe to him. It's obviously about the compass from Jaren. What I like about this one is he actually went and bought the same compass as Jaren.
Ooh, nice.
And he showed Jaren being deceptive with this compass.
Interesting.
Yeah, watch this. So Antarctica, where the sun doesn't set live. Watch Jaren use the compass to show us the direction of north. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So there's north, south. You see there? North and south. So supposedly that rock is north. And I actually drew this line. I don't know if you can see this line that says S. See this one? And one of the craziest, I don't even know how this happens, but when I was practicing,
Now watch this. This is interesting. Compass upside down, we saw that.
Yeah.
But look at why it's actually upside down. That's the thing that caught my attention.
Yeah.
Because we're wondering, okay, maybe just made a problem. No, this is a deception. But when you rotate, pay attention to this when you rotate. Not turning.
Nope.
It uses the same. It uses the same. Now he went to pull out the same. What developers do? He turns. Look what happens. When he turns. See how it's moving.
Yeah, like it should. Wow.
Yeah. But when he turns upside down, you're gonna see now when he turns upside down, it's gonna happen. Here we go. The needle's moving. Makes sense. Upside down. Watch this. Oopsie. Doesn't move.
Oh no. Oh no. Rob through. Alice. Yeah.
But my question is,
Why?
why? Why
Is it-
did
Has he still got the compass? Sorry, I missed it because I was back and forth. Is he still using the compass upside down? Was he?
Yes,
he
he was.
used it the right way up and he showed it on upside down. So
Right.
when Jaron used it upside down, he already set the north and south. And he put it
Right.
upside down and he turned and it doesn't change. So it's showing he did that on purpose to say,
Right.
look, that is south and that's north.
Because I always wondered about that when people say about turning it off. I was like, well, what's that got to do with anything? You know what I mean? But now I get it. Now I get it.
But I need to tell you why I think this is very important. Because I don't think they were where they said they were.
You don't think they were what in Union
Because
Glacier?
if he was really there, and he had let's say they weren't really there, they weren't where they claimed, and he had the compass the right way around, it would move. It wouldn't show it as south and north, correct? But it needs to fit on the map showing north and south. So he was forced to turn it around and force it into south and north, so it looks like that is. So that tells me the whole studio thing is looking more and more plausible. Because it
Gotcha.
wouldn't be matching. Because what happened if he turned it the right way around and it didn't show south and north there?
Yeah.
It
I'm
would've
pretty
showed
sure they could orient the studio, but I think they're just trying to give misdirection, if at the least. Like they weren't facing the proper direction when they were doing the film.
But that's one of the things that I say points more to why I think this whole thing's faked.
Yeah, why would you go through that trouble if it wasn't? You know.
It's also times have been sus. Now compass directions are looking like the sus. No times on any footage, like when did they start recording footage, when did it start? No, like, you know what I mean? It's all sus.
That's a big one, isn't it? Like, there's no timestamps.
Yeah.
Usually, when you do some 24-hour like time lapse before you time, or a 24-hour full thing, when it comes to observing something, there's usually timestamps in there. There's usually some kind of timer. Usually, you know, it's not like a video straight to YouTube. You don't get a timer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Flats, has anybody like looked to check metadata out, or is there any metadata with any of these?
I haven't
seen any. No.
I got an email from someone that wants to do sun tracking, if I can find it.
We still got the whirls going on here.
Yeah. I just gotta find it. But someone sent me a thing that they wanted to build a sun tracker. They maybe want to see if other people are interested in doing that as well, which can be interesting. What's up, Dave?
What's up?
What's going
Good
on,
to see
guys?
you, man.
What's up, Brian? How is one?
How's everybody doing today?
Good to see
Good,
you.
good. And yourself.
Boy, this thing getting ripped apart from every direction possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know. Like it looked like it's fake as hell. It doesn't.
Nah, come on now.
Yeah, come
Why
on.
would
They would.
why would they fake it?
Because they
Because it
can.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, this is from YouThink's latest video. This is his link if you haven't subscribed already. I think he's made some brilliant points.
Yes, he did.
So yeah, shout out to YouThink.
Oh, yeah,
What-
I need to
see,
watch that. I haven't
What
seen
I
it.
like.
Oh,
Sorry. Go on, PJ.
No, I was just saying I need to watch it. I haven't seen it. That's all.
What I like about this guy is he knows what he's talking about because he's a professional, you know.
yeah, cinematographer. Yeah, he does this for a living.
Did you
knows
guys
the
see
tricks.
what Light Before the Tunnel posted?
No.
Oh.
Let me see if I can get this whole thing up. There it is. It's a really good post that he put out, and it said the real false dichotomy in this TFE psyop is real or fake. Focusing so much attention on whether it was staged serves to distract truth seekers from the deeper, more crucial issues at hand here, which I cover further below. The satanic secret societies excel at crafting false dichotomies because they keep the debate contained within their controlled framework. By focusing the FE community's attention on real versus fake, they're diverting attention away from the fundamental question: are the heavens even in the domain of science in the first place?
It isn't. That's a good
Right.
question.
No, it isn't.
It says the
Definitely not.
proper
That's-
focus should be on dismantling the false premises that underpin much of the debate surrounding the lights in the sky. People, both Globers and FEers, are failing to understand that the limitations of the scientific method when it comes to metaphysical matter. The heavens, being part of a spiritual and non-material realm, cannot be scientifically modeled in a predictive way. This isn't about lacking data. It's about the limitations of science as a tool for investigating things beyond the material world.
I agree 100%. And by the way, this goes with scripture.
Yeah.
Because scripture says that we won't be able to know. So, yeah, I 100% agree with that.
So I'll put the entire post. There's more. I'm going to go ahead and I'll put it in the private chat as well as the regular chat as well. Says because there's more. He makes some really good points, and I didn't want to take up your show reading the whole thing here.
No stress.
There we go. Let's put it right over here. But yeah, that brought up a big point, and ironically, I had not thought of that angle to it either. I was like, yeah, right. Well, I've always said, we don't even know what that shit is. What are we doing here?
That's
Just
it.
because, and the thing is, people coming out and saying, well, we know what they are. They're balls of burning gas, billions. Okay, that's power. Okay. I don't know what it is. Well, I do, and that's what it is, And so those that hold these answers, supposedly, even if they're not real, give a perceived power over those that do not have the answer. You see?
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. Have you watched YouThink's latest video?
No, I have not. I don't
It's actually
think.
very good. It's an analysis of the final experiment, and I think he brings up very good points.
Is that what this is up here? On the screen?
Hi folks,
I sent
welcome
it,
back
yeah.
to my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
In this clip, I'm going to analyze the footage from the final experiment and to see what it reveals. I want to ask you a question before we start. If I deceive you, is that your fault? When you lie and deceive others, is it just idle talk? So what do you think? So in this clip, I want you to pay close attention so that you're not deceived. You need to reason and think for yourself. So here's the point. Look, if you're calling God the Creator a liar, then what amazing proof do you bring to the table? What is your evidence?
Yep.
Because remember, the Bible says that the earth cannot be moved.
Mm-hmm.
So today people believe we're living on a spinning ball. And the South Pole plays a crucial role in that delusion that we're living on a spinning ball. If there's no South Pole, then there's no globe. There's no ball Earth. And if the evidence presented for the globe is fake, then obviously the globe must be a lie. So let's look at the final experiment.
So I want to say thank you, Stoops the Cat, for your $2, which says Dave Weiss is a Zionist hog. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your super chat. You rock. yeah, Dave Weiss has really been outed as being.
I mean, I know to start off with, he was kind of like, oh, well, this could look like a bit fakery. Then all of a sudden, he was like, oh, yeah, no, it's not. This is all good. How can it be LED screen? Look at this, son. And it looks exactly the same as that, son.
Well, now he's calling everybody retarded that's calling out anything against the TFE.
So is
That
he
is
on
a
the payroll? Is that what it is?
That to me is the biggest red flag, where you're all of a sudden you become a liar, or you're retarded, you're an anti-truther, just for questioning what's being presented to you. I mean, in what kind of world is that right?
Yeah, he was the guy pushing critical think for a long time, like, and why would they lie and all this stuff. And now all of a sudden he's jumping right on board without even looking at it really clear, and just saying, "Don't question it. It's good."
Yep, exactly. The same things he was actually fighting for is now he's fighting against and calling everybody retarded.
Yep.
So
As I understand it, there were already people on site. So why didn't the people already on site post videos of the 24-hour sun? Why would you need to remove all these potential witnesses and then send in a film crew? It simply doesn't add up. For years, people have been at this site. It's supposed to be on the South Pole. There would have been hundreds of people there posting footage of the 24-hour sun in the Antarctic. Yet none of them did that. They needed to send in a film crew in December last year. Tells me there's a problem. So it's not the first time that they faked the South Pole. If you go out to film a volleyball competition, right, and you come back with one picture, and that's the picture, it's the picture of the volleyball, and it's cropped like that, why would you do that? Because you could have taken image of the volleyball game. Now the same applies to the ball earth. This image, right? If you're in a position to take this photograph, then you're in a position to take the photograph on the right.
thank you very much for your super chat, 4Jacks. He says, keep up the great work, Flats. Blessings. Thank you. You guys rock. I appreciate all of you. You guys are really, really awesome. Thank you very much. Hit the likes, share the show, guys. 131 people watching, but only 38 likes. I'm sure we can get those likes up. Please, it really does help to push the show out. You guys are awesome. Bren, thank you.
If a clown came back to you and he says, this is the picture I took because I was in outer space, that's a crop picture of it, there's a problem. It's logical. This clown is lying. So you just use simple logic and you work it through. So look, Apollo 17 in 1972. Remember, they went to the moon and they came back and they gave us this picture. So why was this picture so important? It was because they had to...
Thank you, Godzilla, for your $5 super chat. He says, keep up the great work. Work up the keep great. Work up the keep great blessings.
Holy crap.
Thank you very much, Godzilla. You rock. It's like, did I read this right? Thank you very much. You are awesome, man. But yeah, he makes some good points there. That's what I like. And I like the way he attacks it. So it's really, really well done.
Somebody in chat says he should make a lullaby.
To do that, they needed...
Sorry?
Someone in chat says he should make a lullaby. You know, his voice is right chilling. And I sent this video to my mum today, and she said the same thing. She says it nearly put me to sleep.
Yeah, he doesn't have the most exciting voice, but he's very concise and clear in what he says. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
The South Pole. So let's think about it logically. Right. Why is the South Pole so important? So we're going to look at this quickly, and then we're going to look at that free footage. But I want you to understand why the South Pole is so important, because it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make the South Pole a reality. So if the Apollo missionaries were coming back from the moon, right, and their time and their fuel was so critical, where would they have needed to be to take that image. They would be hundreds and thousands of kilometers off their path. Right. So if you're calling God a liar, what amazing proof do you bring? Because if it's a clown show, then you're obviously lying.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We want
Hey,
to see
Flats, can I say something
legitimate
right
evidence. We don't want a clown show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the Apollo missions were probably done in the summer, so there was probably an even keel to the tilt from the moon, so it'd be almost a straight shot. So that would have taken more fuel to actually get to the southern part of the hemisphere to take that picture, right?
Yeah, they'd have had to be in many miles past to get that shot, probably.
Yep, that's this. I just wanted to point that out, just in case if anybody didn't get what he was saying.
Hey, Fuzzy Foster, good to see you. Who's Flatzoid? Is that Anthony or is that someone
Yeah,
else?
that's me.
It is Anthony.
Anthony,
Oh, it's Anthony. Oh, good. I thought it was some idiot.
Where?
On the back chat, it says
That's
Flatzoid.
me. No, that's me.
Was that you?
Ah.
You've changed it to Flatzoid, have you? Right.
I'm going to be making a Flatzoid merch, by the way.
No doubt.
I'm going to take it.
Why
because
not? Why not?
yeah. Since the Globies want to use it the whole time, well, let them give me some money for it then. That's fine. Because I mean, I'm getting people literally creating channels called for Flatzoid now. So
I've seen them.
oh God,
yeah.
You can take your clown show bullshit and piss off. They're interested.
I love how he says that.
Right.
It's true.
So here's the point. The clowns must prove that the Earth is rotating, that the sun is standing still, and thus the Earth is a ball. And so to do this, they needed the 24-hour midnight sun in the Antarctic. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the footage reveal? So let's look. This is the footage we're going to analyze. We're only going to analyze this one clip because this is all we need. So this footage is going to reveal a lot of things. So we're going to look at a few things. A hyperlapse to frame rate playback issues. We're going to look at no parallax, indication of 3D manipulation or CGI or psych.
I 100% agree with that.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
this is what,
was it you thinking was he the one that first started talking about the parallax?
yes,
Parallax
yeah,
thing?
he brought it
Yeah.
to light, but it does make sense as well because it shows we are not moving; it's the sky moving.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're claiming also that you are able to manipulate this. What I find really funny is they think you can't manipulate footage of GoPros for some odd reason.
really?
Yeah, their whole argument is we use the 360 GoPros, you can't manipulate it. Yes, you can.
Manipulate. Oh.
What? It's like, okay, lame excuse.
Is you. Spatial bending, it's an indication of 3D manipulations, whether it's CGI internally or an external psych. And then clipped video levels, also an indication of 3D manipulation and CG and a psych. So there's a few things we're going to have a look at. So let's have a look at the first one, hyperlapse. So what is a hyperlapse? A hyperlapse is a time lapse, but the camera is moving. A time lapse is when the camera stands still. A hyperlapse is when the camera moves. Now the footage that they provided is not just a time lapse, it must be a hyperlapse. So here's an example of the hyperlapse. So I can say I can see the camera moving because the footage is moving. That's obvious. So they're keeping the building still. But in doing that, there's parallax shift. It has to be because the camera is moving. So to illustrate it, I've got a rotating platform. I've got a camera and I've got a motorbike.
There
Now
should
that
be like a
motorbike, no
catching
one's
up
riding
and a
it.
chasing, shouldn't there? Like a catching up chasing scenario of two things are spinning.
Yeah, because
Yep.
of the tangential change,
Yeah.
it gives a parallax shift, and we just don't see any of this in the TFE footage
No.
at all.
It's like it's sitting still almost.
Yeah, weird.
Background. I know.
Rich Joe, thank you for your thank you for your $5. He says the Glober and Shills are pushing these distractions to get away from the false dichotomy. Something at Flatzoid called them out already. Like, please. Thank you very much for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Yes, and it still hasn't been addressed till this day.
It won't be.
That's also what pisses me off about Whitsett and them. Whitsett saying, yeah, it doesn't matter what the sun's doing, but he still hasn't actually argued that, saying, yeah, guys, it's false dichotomy. What's going on?
He won't. Either he doesn't want to make any waves, or he's on board with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that footage, his
Sustained.
360 footage, he's actually having a conversation about kinematic principles and globe measurements. They fit hand in hand over and over again. He said it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he's a geocentric globalist guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really interested in that missing time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
still
that's-
doesn't make sense.
No.
Not a bit.
I've actually wanted, I think I might do this tomorrow night, a stream where we're going to go through some Unreal Engine 5 things, because people still don't believe me that you're able to fake this with Unreal Engine 5.
Huh. Yeah, I did see this video this morning right after I first got up. I didn't recognize when you said the name of the channel. It's just one that I subscribed to, and I didn't pay a whole lot of note to it, what the name of it was. But I thought, man, those are some damn good points that he's making in this. Really good points. And having experience in the industry as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so we need those guys.
Yeah.
Regarding Unreal Engine, there's a channel who had a go at doing it on Unreal Engine. Can't remember.
Yeah, Heath Carmody.
Yeah, that's it. Heath Carmody. Yeah. I don't know if he's a baller though.
Yeah, he models the stuff. But what I'm specifically talking about is HDR image rendering, where you're able to create a realistic 3D rendered environment. I still think it's more plausible that they went there before. They took all the equipment, they got the surrounding environment in HDR, so they could place it into Unreal Engine and place the 3D environment. And then all they did was fake the sun in the 3D rendering modeling. That's it. So they're all there. Yeah, so the ground, everything is sharp. They're there. They're perfectly there on purpose, real. But everything above the mountain up is faked. They modeled the whole surrounding. And that's why you don't see Union Glacier Camp, because they probably went down there when it wasn't tourist season. So the camp wasn't set up. And that's why you don't see the camp at Mount Rosman.
And that would explain the headlights on the truck being on, too.
And that also explains to me why that when we watched that porta potty in what's the name's footage, McToon's footage, why it's there on the third time lapse and not the others. Because if you even look at that container that we're in, it looked different.
Yeah.
So that could be that McToon actually went earlier at another time and filmed this whole thing to get HDR high definition environmental photos, so they could build an environment in Unreal Engine. And then when they actually go there, they're able to just be there with the fake sun because they placed the fake sun in their image.
Flats. That would explain why the flags were there for a lot of the marker points.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the excuse would be, no, we're just using it for wind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For tracking.
Yeah.
Still, the camera is not moving. Right. But the platform that it's on has to move.
Okay, so the second guy says, I know Sandro personally. He's making fun of you guys with his one eye. He's been on this panel many times. He's literally just making fun of you guys with his one eye.
Who said
if
that?
you've got an issue with it, then don't be here.
Who's saying
Are
that
you not
about
putting
Sandro?
Sandro out with his one eye Illuminati eye symbol?
Who's saying that about who's saying that about Sandro?
Edward and what's the other guy?
Look, listen, not everybody has an eye symbol is bloody Illuminati. Right. He just did that as a joke. He took a picture by mistake and it was of his eye. He just did it jokingly. I trust Sandro. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not. Listen, if we found that different, then fine, but it's not. it's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sandra. Yeah, exactly, Sandra. Apparently, you're Illuminati now because you're showing your eye.
Yeah.
It's my eye. It's my
Hold
eye.
on, wait a minute here. Let's see. There you go. There. That's the eye.
Like GPD says, it's not enough to show it could be faked. You need to show it was faked.
Oh god.
They first had to show it was real.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing I also got to point out, guys. We don't have to do anything other than just point out the deception. They went there under the pretense of saying it's real. All we're getting is, look, this doesn't add up. Look, this doesn't add up. Look, this is a lie. This is a lie. That literally takes everything they are saying is real and throws it under the bus. It takes all the validity of anything they say and say, sorry, we don't trust what you say.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. If they have brought us actual evidence, great. But so far, all I've been seeing is this doesn't add up. This doesn't add up. Why is this guy lying about this? Why is this guy deceptive about this? And to me, that's, I don't trust you, bro.
Yeah. If you got in the court with that kind of evidence, they would probably throw you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would say there's too much anomalies, which shows it's
They'd have
untrustworthy
someone who
information.
knows what they're talking about. Look at it, wouldn't they? If it went to court.
Yeah, I agree with you, Pebbles. Something simpler. People need to leave Sandro's eye alone. He's harmless and is the same truth as all of us. Exactly. Nobody
He's been here forever.
Do you remember, guys, when I was going to do my channel, it was going to be called
Illuminati.
Illuminati. I was going to jokingly put an eye there, but the guys told me not to, just in case I got accused of this kind of thing.
Well,
I was jokingly going to do it.
You had to change your thing, didn't you, Flats? Because you were getting...
I was attacked for my logo because it crops it on one of the apps.
Yeah, it looks like an icon.
You just had in one eye. It's like,
That's right.
That's how the app cropped the logo. What the hell am I supposed to do about it?
Because we did it jokingly, like, because we was thinking about a name for my channel. I kept it as PJ Cruikshank. We was thinking about angling for truth because I was a fish, because I like fishing and angles to do with flat earth. And then something came up about Illuminati, and I think Michael made up Illuminati because he's got P in front of Illuminati, then J at the end.
Because PJ, I was looking into all like Illuminati fishing clubs and stuff like that, if you remember.
That's right. That's right.
They have those. They're real things. Illuminati fishing clubs are real.
So happy birthday, Sandro. He's 64 today, guys.
Serious?
Happy birthday, dude.
I thought you were in your 80s.
It's my birthday on Monday as well.
That's good. Birthday, I thought you were in your 90s, bro. Oh, sorry about that. No, sorry, dude. I thought you were in your 50s or something, man. I didn't know you were that old. Not that 64 is old nowadays.
I got an interesting take on this thing with everybody with the eye and the hand gestures and shit. And I got a really great suggestion. Everybody do it. Everybody. No, listen, here's why. Okay. Because if everybody just does it, then it takes away the validity of those that are using it for real. Doesn't it?
I got you.
And now it doesn't mean shit. Now it doesn't mean shit.
That's real. That's true.
Because everybody does that. So screw you.
Yeah. So if everybody's signaling like Illuminati, if they really do, nobody's going to pay attention.
That's right.
Yeah. Ready to go on.
That represents the South Pole. The street lamp represents the sun. So the circumference that they would have to travel would be 9,000 kilometers in 24 hours. That means your camera is doing a speed of 375 kilometers. So from the perspective of the camera, that's what must happen, because remember, the camera has to face the sun. So what would the motorbike speed be? Well, it would be over that. It means double that. That motorbike, remember, no one's riding that motorbike, but from the reference of the camera, that motorbike speed would be over 700 kilometers an hour. Right. So they want you to believe that they were doing that speed, and there's no lens dirt, no wind, no nothing. Now, when you squeeze that time into 1 minute, you got a speed factor added onto that of, it's a speed factor of over 1,000. So, in practical terms, the camera's moving faster. In other words, the motorbike's moving faster. It's not possible.
Hyperlapse.
If the camera's moving, it's not possible for you to take the footage that they've given us. Because remember, the Earth has to move, because for them to form the 24-hour sun, the Earth must move. the camera must face the sun.
Yeah, I mean, what you must remember as well, because the Earth is tilting and it's rotating a certain speed, and because the camera's following the sun, it's double axis movement.
Yep.
I get you. Yeah.
So it will have that, and we don't see that parallax because of that double axis movement.
Therefore, the Earth is not on an axis.
So therefore, the Earth is not moving and not wobbling on an axis. Exactly.
So there must be parallax shift like you see in this image. So now they're going to say, well, you see, we used a 360 camera. Well, nothing changes. Those factors that the camera must move because the Earth is moving doesn't change. So keep in mind, remember, for them to see a 24-hour midnight sun in the Antarctic, they must prove that the Earth is rotating and that the sun is standing still. So we've looked at hyperlapse. So it's not possible.
Hello, everyone.
Right, for your camera to move.
What's up, Janus?
Thank you. That was a nice surprise. I just checked my email and it's sealing. So I joined. Thank you.
I send it to you automatically anyway. But it's good to see you,
All
man.
right. Grand. Cheers.
I was thinking, guys, we should maybe set up an email list for everybody that wants to get the links.
It's a good idea.
Might be easier than
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool getting it in Element, but I mean,
Everyone has
still
a
a good
different
idea.
time, zone. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But it's good to see you, man.
At that speed,
I'm glad to meet you.
because all the other elements around about you must also be moving at a phenomenal speed. Right. The fact that you can do a time lapse means that the Earth is not moving. And if the sun is standing still, you would never be able to capture the sun. It wouldn't even appear in your footage. So let's look at a 360 camera. If I'm using a 360 camera, nothing changes. What we've already discussed doesn't change. So why? Look, if I put two cameras back to back, or I use a 360
Still
camera,
turns.
it's the same thing. A 360 camera has got a lens in the front and a lens at the back. So all I need to do is to isolate the footage on the one side. How do I do that? By rotating the footage. So if I rotate the camera or I rotate the footage, it's the same thing. Nothing changes. So don't let them bamboozle you with this bullshit. So let's put it into perspective. They on site at the South Pole, if they've got a 360 camera, right, the camera's not turning here, but the Earth is rotating and turning. So all I need to do in my NLE is that's what they did. They put their footage in an NLE and made the sun stand still, because if the camera is standing still, the sun must orbit around you. So if I keep the sun still, that means the camera is rotating and the Earth is moving. It's the same thing. So don't let them bamboozle you. So it's the same as if I'm using a camera, a single lens camera, or I'm using a 360.
Yeah, that doesn't make any difference. It's all it's doing is just taking surrounding picture. That's all. It's got two cameras, wide angles, so you can have 180 in front, 180 in the back. That's it. It's
Yeah,
not
so
game
you isolate both of them and you'll be able to get the same results, right? Both views, run back. Yeah.
Camera, and I rotate the footage to keep the sun center, it's the same thing. It's the same for both. So here's the point. If there is a South Pole with a 24-hour sun, then there must be extreme parallax shift. We don't see that in their footage, because the Earth is not rotating, and if the Earth's not rotating, there cannot be a South Pole. So they're lying to you. So is there another way we can put this to the test? Yes, I've got a 360 camera. Remember, no one's riding the motorbike. The motorbike and the camera are just simply facing the same direction, and the platform is turning. Remember at what speed? 375 kilometers an hour. So what I do is I put a table in front of the camera and I put an arrow on the table. So why would I do this? Well, it's to test the rotation of the Earth. Remember, the camera is not turning. So the camera and the motorbike is traveling the same speed. So now
I do like the way he's doing the 3D explanations, at least, to make it simple for people to understand.
It gives you a better visual, right? What you would expect to see.
Yep.
Need to do my footage in my NLE is keep the sun still. And when I do that, what must happen to the table? If I keep in the sun in front of me, the table must.
See what I'm saying? It's so simply explaining, and you still get people like ChatGPT. Can someone explain what this video is supposed to be showing?
That's the thing, though. If they don't understand what this video is showing, then how can they possibly come to understanding whether that footage is real or fake or not? You know what I mean? That's why these ballers are so gullible. They just have to be told it's true, and they can't even comprehend how to understand if it's true or not.
Yeah, because they don't understand. And that's so simply. All he's doing is, we don't observe parallax based on your moving Earth, so therefore Earth's not moving. Capish? In other words, this observation, if you want to claim it as true, debunks Earth's rotation. Not hard to understand.
Because the Earth is rotating. Now, if you look at their footage, you see the same side of the table. Right? Because the Earth's not rotating, and they're bullshitting you. Because they're a bunch of clowns. They're liars. Right? The table must rotate. Because they're keeping the sun center in your footage. Right. So you can't be at the South Pole with a 24-hour sun on your stupid spinning ball because the Earth's not rotating and there is no South Pole. It doesn't exist. There's an ice wall or ring that is circling the Earth. Because remember, stay focused. The clowns must prove that the Earth is rotating, the sun is standing still. Thus, the Earth is a ball. Right.
And what it shows,
Psalms 104 verse 5 says,
yeah, what it shows is the Earth stationary and the sun is moving. For all the dumbos in chat.
That's all right. Hopefully they'll get it.
Of heaven and earth said, earth cannot be moved. Now, if a human being is trying to move the earth, they're calling God a liar. So all you simply have to do is provide us with the original footage with all the metadata so we can have a look at it.
I like that little chuckle he threw in there.
Because the fact is simple that you are lying. So let's look at it from the top. That's the South Pole, that's their site. There's a mountain, they got their tables. I've got my table with my arrow on it. Right, I've got my tripods all set around there. There's my building and my car. The 360 camera is facing the mountain. It's facing the same direction. But the earth must rotate. And the sun is standing still. Right. Now, in their footage, this is what we see. So from the top then, if I'm keeping the sun centered in my footage, that means the camera is not turning, but when I edit the footage, I must rotate the footage so that the sun stands center. Therefore, the arrow on the table and the table must rotate in my footage, which it doesn't.
Parallax.
So I'm just illustrating the issue in another way so that you can understand that they are clowns. They're just dumbass clowns. So Isaiah 22 verse 18, it says, God will whirl you around and around and throw you like a ball into a wide land. There you shall die, and there shall be your glorious chariots. Right. What is this talking about? And the shame of your master's house. right? We're putting these Satanists to shame. And they will die in that pathetic state as stupid clowns. Because they're just Satanists. They're Baal worshippers. Apollo.
Okay. The excuse coming in. Rory is considering that the camera is mounted on a gimbal stabilized tripod, which is not the case. It's just motorized mount, not gimbal mount. He never claimed gimbal. He's just making a point that it's supposed to be following the sun, and because it's following the sun on a moving Earth, it should show parallax. It doesn't show that. That's all.
Pretty simple, dude.
Yeah, it's showing the sun moving, in other words.
360 camera, though.
Mm-hmm. And even the sun tracking camera, you can see how it's following the sun, okay? Based on the 360, it's supposed to show parallax. We don't see the parallax in that. It's nothing. All nonsense.
The sun god. So where is the glory of the master, Apollo, or Satan, in this dumbass circus show? Understand, Satan is humiliated. He'll be destroyed in shame, and these people will die in shame. That's what Isaiah is referring to. It's referring at Isaiah is directed at these clowns. Right? So think about it. No lens dirt, no mist, no condensation on your camera lens for 24 hours as you flying around at that speed. Remember, keep focused.
Okay. I think we can move on to the next point because it's kind of been...
It's almost beating a dead like a dead horse.
Yeah. So we've got it ready. We understand.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? Look how many times he's mentioned there's people still asking what he's talking about.
They still don't get it. But I think let's get to the next one. I think this is the spatial blend.
I like the Three Stooges part.
Yeah, I like that as well. It's rare funny.
You point right. Same time I point right. All right.
And they're facing each other.
Okay, so the vote so far, guys. TFE Sun is fake or real? Real 27%, fake 47%, undecided so far 19%, and no idea 7%. You guys on the panel, what did you guys vote?
I voted for being fake.
Hold on, let me. I can't answer the question. I can't remember. You just said it as well. My mind was elsewhere.
I said it was fake.
Oh yeah, if it's to do with fake, then I would have said fake. Yeah.
So far, to me, fake.
Yeah.
So interesting.
They should have just did a live stream, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, why didn't they do the 24-hour live stream like they promised?
That's all we wanted.
Yeah.
Well, not that we wanted it in the first place, but once they said they were going, that's all it was expected.
Yeah, but if they did that, it could have cancelled a lot of things out and said, okay, they did what they claimed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can even fake a 24-hour live stream. You could have put a recording and made a recording live, just to let you guys know. Well, there we go.
Using a psych here, digital psych. The footage is bending on the left. You see how the trees bend, and then they squash up to the middle, then they return and they bend back. Right. It's that spatial bending. It's CGI, means a psych was used. So can we prove it in another way? Yes. So when you look at spatial blending now, then we're going to have a look at clipped video levels. So how can we prove that they used a psych? All the shadows. So pay attention.
Now, when I say go, we both point to the right. Go.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I love about this. Just like we try and explain, guys, why do you always see the stars rotate left or right? Boom. There we go.
Like it's always east to west, man. You know, it depends on which way you're facing.
Yeah. So if I'm facing south, it's going to go east to west, and if I'm facing north, it's going to go east to west. Doesn't
Right.
matter. Yeah.
Well, it's like the road that I live on goes north and south. Okay.
Mhm.
If I'm standing on this side of the street and I watch the car go by, it goes from my right to my left if it's going north. If I stand on the other side of the street, it's going from my left to my right, but it's still going north. It's no brainer. I mean, I don't understand how. Yeah. Wow.
I still see your meters in the red, Sav. Why is that?
Because there's a lot of bullshit out there today.
Hey, Porcupine. Come here. Point to the right for this chump, will you? See? Get busy. Come on.
Right, so these are clowns, right? They sent the Stooges out there to film the midnight sun. So the sun can't be in that position, and then the shadow on the buildings be on the left-hand side, and this clown at the table, his shadow's on the right-hand side, and that's your frame.
Let me quickly correct S again. They don't need to put a 360 on a gimbal because it doesn't need to move. Why does it need to be on a gimbal to move if it doesn't need to move? Rory is not the one that's wrong here, S. It's you.
Oh, God.
You only put a camera on a gimbal that requires to move. Oh, man. People are...
Dense. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice way of putting it.
Of reference. It's not possible. He said the light is directly in front of you, the shadow must also be directly in front of you. It doesn't matter how far away the light is, the shadow must be in front of you. Right. So the only way the shadow can be on the pointing towards the left on the left hand side is that it must be stretched across the horizon. So you understand, if the sun is the center and the shadow of the buildings on the left and the shadow of the person at the table, it must be on his right. That must be their position. So what they've done is they're bending the footage on a psych, and that's how you have those two shadows in that same frame of reference in front of you. So, if you're calling God the creator of the heavens and the earth a liar, what amazing proof do you bring? Remember, the earth cannot be moved. They're clowns. The evidence they bring in is not evidence, it's a clown show. It's a dumbass clown show. Right? And then they bring in their bending sun. Seriously? Is this evidence or is this it's a clown show? These people are stupid. Dumbasses. Because ultimately, understand, you need to look at the bigger picture. It's about sun worship. These are Satanists. This is their god Apollo, the sun, or Baal. Right? Because they're dumbasses. Right? Right? So I refuse to bow down to Baal. Right? I'm not going to bow down to Baal and his thugs. So what is a psych? So a psych, it's called a psych or cyclorama. It can be created in a physical psych or a digital CGI psych.
Yeah, this is like the ILM studio everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would think this in some planes they're able to use this.
Can you answer me something? Sorry, someone just subbed called Virginia there with the eye thing. I'm just wondering if someone's took Sob's advice and done the eye thing. Is that someone has done that, or someone's always had the eye? I don't know.
I have no idea, but you see,
I'm just wondering if someone's took his advice, took Sob's advice.
Something about Virginia Dare?
Yeah, Virginia Dare. Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's took his advice. He has, isn't it? He has. Wicked. Brilliant.
Yeah, it takes away any potency that it would have had, doesn't it? If everybody just does it, what the hell? It doesn't mean anything now.
Yeah, that's it. That's a beauty. Like
my new avatar, the eye.
So years ago when there was film, now I worked on a psych and I worked on a film crew on a psych. I went to art school. After I finished art school, I went to the military, was an instructor in the military for a few years. When I came out, I went into advertising. And as an artist, we used to paint the psychs by hand. Right? We used to paint them by hand. In some of those psychs, the lighting was so strong because it's so tricky that the psychs would catch a light. You had to have a fire extinguishers at the hand.
Yeah, because it gets very hot. Remember, all that lighting, they have to try and recreate sunlight, okay? So it has to be very, very hot.
Make sure you get non-flammable paint. I don't know where you get that at. It'd be hard to find.
I actually want to have a conversation with him sometime.
Oh, nice.
And then you had to go and touch up the psych where they got damaged. So I've worked on a psych by painting them and actually as the film crew, so I understand how they work. So that's an external psych. So as we move from film to analog to tape, right, they still use those psychs, but when it moved into digital, right, you could make the psychs out of digital screens.
Just read what Cal tells us. I'll use a brown eye.
Oh no.
Easier. So you had to keep the formats the same. And as your digital, when you're working in digital, you have to keep the format of the psych the same to your production. Otherwise, everything gets distorted.
So, just crop factors.
Right. So let's look at a CGI psych. So that's, you have to keep your proportions the same for your CGI and your psych. Keep the formats the same, otherwise they're going to be distorted.
Yeah, because you know what was interesting? I would have loved to see them actually when they climb on the transports, okay? Like that buggy or whatever they use, and they drive. I would have loved to see how they actually show Parallax to the surrounding area and how there's angular size change and anything happening. But we didn't really see that.
No. And I think that McKeegan doctored that footage up on purpose so you can't tell if there's an angular size change. That's why they did all that work with McToon after the fact.
But yeah, I'm going to be going through all those sunspot things when I have time. I just don't have time at the moment. The sun flare, sunspots.
Gotcha.
Something's not adding up there.
Nope, there's a lot not adding up.
So, right, so the Mercator map, all the Mercator map is, it's an equitriangular map.
Yeah, it's a Mercator map.
On the same principle. It's designed to be bent and curved. An equitriangular image in those proportions, in those digital proportions of 360, 720.
Yep.
So I can take this image, it's a panorama, but I'm keeping it in those same proportions as double 360 or 360. So I can take that image. When I put it in a CGI psych, it means it allows me to pan.
That's how they put together the globe to start with, isn't it? Pretty much a panoramic wraparound.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's very possible that someone went there earlier, and this is why I still think you don't see Union Glacier there, because they went when it was off season. There were no tourists because you have tourist season, so the camp wasn't set up yet, and then they went and took HDR imaging to create their environment.
I like Michael. He made up a new word, Campanella. That's a good one.
Campanella.
You see, it looks like I'm looking down wherever I point the camera. Now, when you use a psych like this, remember this is a CGI psych. You have to watch your camera angles. Right? Because you want to keep your buildings upright. So you can't just turn your camera willy-nilly, like there the buildings are falling over. You got to keep your camera vertical and then pan and turn and change the angle of your psych because otherwise people will get sick. If you put this on a movie screen, right, so our
Yeah, that's interesting. Steve B says, yeah, they were all missing 3 or 4 days last summer. I've heard people say, but there were streams going on Jaren's there. That doesn't actually mean Jaren went with when they did this.
You know, I
he
just
had-
now got an alert for this stream.
Wow.
Yeah, I've just got one as well.
Just now.
Yeah, just.
For which stream?
For the one we're on.
This on.
And we're almost done with the stream. We've got a half an hour then we have to end it.
Whose video is this again, Flat?
Me too. I just got it.
You think's video.
Sorry, you think. I knew that. Somebody just said, I bloody knew that. Why did I have to ask?
There it is.
Ali B, you think. Ali B. I'll
I
take
got
it.
two back-to-back alerts. Says 30 minutes. Watch the real 20, the fake or real 24-hour sun. Yeah, I got the same thing. Weird.
Oh, I see what you're saying. His video from You Think.
No, from here.
No,
From
it's
here.
this one that we're on right now.
Yeah, just got.
Let me
I've
show you what it's showing me. I clicked on that link. Look, it's showing it's You Think's channel.
Is it?
Yeah, as you think.
But look, it's my
Weird.
my live stream. It's not. No, it's his. You Think.
You think he's got a live stream? Yeah, me too.
So okay, weird stuff. Where were we? Oh, he's on his video still.
No, this is for this stream. That's what I got.
Huh? His link is.
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Well, we had an alert for Flatzoid's the stream
Yeah.
we're on right now, just now.
Yeah.
It says 30 minutes till he comes on. It's delayed, I guess, as hell.
Well, definitely delayed. Still a little
Okay,
bit.
I'm confused now. Where? Oh, okay. This is the one I'm on. Okay, never mind. There we go. Oh, but it's not showing now. Sorry, guys. Something got mixed up there somehow. Okay. All right again? Seems so.
Commercials
my
are film
perspective-
productions for television.
Yeah.
I'm saying, did you think was he ever called My Perspective?
By Action Lab where he sticks a balloon.
Yeah, he was.
He was, yeah. So it's the same channel, Ali. Same channel.
Yeah, and this alert's got McToon in the intro, the one I just got. It's really weird. No, Craig. It's got Craig in his. He's sitting there just staring at me.
These people are fucked, man.
And I've filmed content for movie theaters. If you do this, the people in the theater will get sick. So you can't do this. You have to keep your buildings upright. Right, so that's used for a psych. If I changed, here's another image, right? Same principle. Right.
Yeah.
I can warp this. Right, must be the same principle. Right, so you see how it stretches, bendy, compacts in the front, and then stretches back as it moves out. That's a psych. It's a CGI psych. Right. We see the same in their footage because it's fake. Right. God's not a liar. They are the liars. Right. So let's talk about clipped video levels. So what are we talking about? Well, when you're working on a psych, you need to understand something, that the people who set this up, they're all experts in their own field. You can't just get any willy-nilly cameraman. That cameraman, he understands the lighting. It's got to be perfect. The cameraman understands his camera. His exposure has to be spot on. There are lighting crews who would come and light up. You can't just get a bunch of clowns to go and film on a set like this. The guys who are doing the digital psych, their gamut must be 100% on point. So I can film a shot and then render that shot out and then play it out onto a digital screen, and that's my psych. But when I play it out, I have to make sure that my screens are calibrated. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Your footage is, your shadows are going to come out blue.
Strange looking shadows.
Your shadows will come out blue. And your images are going to be clipped. So if you look at their image, we look at the RGB, it's clipped. It's pushed up and it's truncated. These are the problems you have when you work with either rendering out on a CGI psych or you're working on a literal psych. When we compare that to normal footage, you look at the colors, right? You still have your reds, your blues, your yellows.
The RGBs are the same, yeah.
Must be normal. Right? If it's sunset, it must be normal colors. So in this one, the blue is a bit truncated. So the guy must have calibrated. So the person color graded the snow, probably wanted to get a nicer look. But in doing that, you're clamping down on your blues. But when you look at their footage,
histograms are very important.
Because they're amateurs, they're clowns. Right.
I love how he's just calling them out as dumbasses, amateurs, clowns.
He always does, dumbass. That's his favorite one, isn't it?
I've just found a video from a film crew that said, "Did they lie? The fine experiment in Antarctica. Filmmakers examination of the evidence."
What do you reckon they're going to say there?
Wow.
And I see they got a AE map on their wall.
Oh. Huh.
And they're professional filmmakers.
Okay.
Ooh. Every time I think of Greater Sapien, I just think dumbass. It's the first thing that comes to mind.
So that should be interesting. I'm definitely going to watch that.
Hey, put it in the chat so we can get it.
There we go. Okay.
Thank you, Flatzoid.
Pleasure.
And so these are just idiots. So look, there's a cool clown snow show, right? Slavas, right? On the left is Slavas, very cool. Right, so I went and filmed him for television production when they were doing their world tour. I had the pleasure of filming them and interviewing them and creating content for television and for advertising. Cool clowns. Now on the right we have the dipshit clowns from the South Pole. A bunch of flippin' morons. A bunch of idiots.
I'd rather go watch the real clowns, dude.
A bunch of idiots. And that's why their shadows are blue, because they're dipshits.
I want to say, yes, my mind's absurdity. It does seem to me they faked it. I'm definitely on the side of they faked it if I look at it.
Yeah. I'm 99% sure.
Look, guys, some of them, they call themselves Christians, but because they are supporting this agenda, globalism, all this global BS, they're exactly supporting Satan's plan. So I wouldn't call them Christians, to be honest. That's my...
Maybe some of them are unwilling.
Well, I've got a question for you guys. If you're a Christian, can you call God a liar?
No.
Nope.
No. You can call him a liar. It's not going to be true, and you're going to be punished for it.
Yeah, but I don't think you can be a true Christian and call God
No,
a liar.
no. If you mean no, you can. No, of course not. You can't be a Christian and call him a liar. No, definitely not. I thought you meant, can you say that? Well, yeah, of course you can say that word, but no, you can't be a Christian.
It won't make him a liar whether you call him one or not, dude.
No, it won't. But it shows you are not a Christian, because you will never. Yeah. I would never ever call God a liar.
Well, you can't.
It's like the line you would never cross.
Exactly. I mean, what's the point in even classifying yourself as a Christian, as a follower of the way, if you're going to think that Jesus, God, lied to you? You know?
Look, from my perspective, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but how it looks like for me, that God can't do three things. God can't lie, can't sin, and can't change.
That's right.
No, that's my perspective. So I think I'm.
Yeah, that's what the Bible says.
If you are the truth, you know what I mean, then how can you lie? It's an impossible thing. You know what I mean? There's no lies in the truth. So if he is the truth, he can't lie.
Exactly.
I just don't think it's just not in his ability, and God could do anything. Isn't that weird to say that? Isn't that weird to say that? It's not in his ability, but he can do anything.
Well, he has no need to lie, PJ. He
No.
really doesn't.
That's it. That's it.
If he would, then Satan would win.
If he lied, he wouldn't be God.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just scared of the music.
That was cool though. The little houses with the smoke coming out, the stacks.
Yeah.
But you know, there was some interesting fact that was between the witch seat. The moderator was Dirth, David Weiss, and who was Nemos, the third one.
Yeah.
So they were showing how the shadow is not parallel when the person is coming near. There's like let's say in front of the sun. So it was like a changing position. That was interesting. I was not aware of that before. I don't know if you've seen that.
I heard him make comments about Nemos, and he said he looked at his site, thought it was cool, and then he started just ad hominem after he got called out. Yeah, he did not.
Yeah.
Didn't
like
like
address the questions.
No.
Yeah. But I've read the comments later, and the huge majority, was against the David Weiss and the witch seat, and the people were saying, "No, I'm unsubbing," and so on. Multiple comments like that on the witch seat channel under the video. You can check it later if you want. It was pretty interesting.
Thanks, Jones. Reformed flat earther at the South Pole.
And to be honest, I think Niemans is an honest guy, because he was saying that he was mainly the one who was promoting Q, but he did not understand that. Later he understood the deception. He just started bashing them and showing how it is created to deceive people. So I think he's one of the honest guys.
Yeah, he seems pretty straightforward when I watch some of his stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, gotta get back to
He exposes the man in the funny hats in a big way.
Yeah.
Recently, he had a discussion with the Polish Jew on the channel, and he was writing facts, but this guy was not really the second one, the funny hat. So that was pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, anybody that's going to rewrite their own thesis and call themselves a man of God, hence who you're talking about, and then make a cosmology based on pagan worship, yeah, there's something wrong. Yeah.
Look, I don't belong to any religion because I don't need a religion. I don't need a priest because I can read the Bible. I don't need a priest to tell me how to pray to God. I don't follow any man. Right? If you want to do that, that's your business. Good luck with that. Right? Because you don't need it.
Walking mind.
But what you do
What
need
God do you have?
is the truth.
Oh, God.
What's wrong?
Walking mind, being sarcastic about Roger. Oh, well, Roger's going next year. You can all calm down because he'll just walk south and get to what we all dream of.
Really?
Walking mind.
Yeah, I know. I see him. He's one of Arwen's trolls, isn't he, originally?
And you need God's spirit.
Someone's got a lot of background noise.
So
I think it's
here's a guy.
Not me.
So watch out for the wolves. Right? Here's a guy who's supposed to be a Christian. Right? So I don't care what religion you claim to be, but why are you hobnobbing with people who blaspheme God and who blaspheme Jesus Christ, who's supposed to be your master?
Yeah, and I also got to say, like I was saying, Sean's excuse for this is he doesn't agree that it's faked. He doesn't want to, call them out and all this and that. I don't agree with that.
No.
Because the Bible is very explicit. You shall not, you shall not mix with these people. Jaron is a right out antichrist.
Ephesians 5:11 says
Yeah.
it.
And Whitsitt literally said the other night he doesn't declare Jesus as God. So straight. Two antichrists. Okay. Elizabeth, she talks about as God a Christian, so I don't know anything about it, so I can't make any deduction. But Jaron and Whitsitt, I'm sorry.
They worship mammon, not God. They're after the money, dude.
Quick question, but they claim they are Christians, yeah?
No, Whitsitt does.
Okay, but
Not
said
Jaron.
that, he doesn't consider Jesus as God, yes?
No.
Right.
So,
No.
okay. It must be a stupid question, but
Exactly.
how
Don't
can you
you
be
find that as a
Christian
contradiction? How can you be a contradiction and you don't pray to Jesus? Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Right. So Yah is God, according to Austin.
Yeah. Yah is one of his names.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
it doesn't mean Jesus isn't God just because there was no J in the Hebrew language.
Stupid.
Yep.
Stupid.
Idiotic.
Listen,
to be
do
exact,
people actually think that God talks to you in words?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. The language of the heart. The language of the heart is not in syllables and vowels and shit. It's the language of the heart. So this mincing over correct name and all this other crap is just a sideline bunch of crap. It takes you away from the actual essence of what you should know.
I mean, remember the Bible just says, just call on the name of God. That's it. It doesn't say you shall call me by this name. You shall call me by that name.
Exactly.
Just say I am that I am. That's all. Okay.
God knows your heart. He knows what you say. He knows, like, when you say a certain name. If you don't know Jesus' proper name, fine. But he knows what you're relating that name to.
When disciples asked Jesus how to pray, he told them, "You pray in this manner, Our Father." That's how you start a prayer.
Yes, Gary. He doesn't deny the deity of Christ. He denies the Trinity. That's a different story, Gary.
You're a fraud. You cut from the same cloth. You're a clown. And you're getting into bed with these clowns. So look, whoever you are, you need to be
Melodome as well now, guys. See what I'm saying? All these clowns are going to start showing their shoulder.
Yep, they are.
All of them are going to start showing, hey, it's just clowns.
No doubt. Because of the stupid footage, they're saying that's got to have been planned. They can't be leaving Effie because of this.
No, the excuse is the reason Earth's not flat is because people hurt their feelings.
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
Feelings have everything to do with the Earth being flat. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I was suspecting something was up with Melodome when he was trying to defend that stupid chopstick catching a the rocket ship thing. I was like, get the fuck up out of here. Well, I live here in Florida. I would be able to see it. Well, go film it then.
Well, I don't know this one. What the hell did he say? A chopstick.
Yeah, when the
rocket ship
landed.
Yeah.
And caught it. And,
right. Got you.
Yeah. That's real. Sure.
Oh, of course it is. I thought you were meaning like something like a chopstick could catch up with a rocket or something. He was saying, I don't know, something to do with perspective or something.
No. They had these little arms that it catches it in and everything when it lands. They called it the Mr. Miyagi landing.
I got you. I remember.
Cradled that rocket like it was just a feather.
Ridiculous. Nothing moves like that. Nothing moves.
Tons of material there, and these tiny little ears that are welded on the side are gonna hold that shit. Okay, yeah, right. All right. Where are you steering it? How in the hell are you steering that thing? There's no air.
I know the shape that just would not. I mean,
it's gonna be a top heavy. It's gonna be a top heavy thing. It's gonna want to go this way all the time. It's always gonna want to go like this. So how are you steering that with a couple of little moving rockets and shit down at the bottom? I don't think so.
You know, I'd love to go back to JPL or wherever they developed this so-called technology and see them demonstrate it for me in real time. Right.
I was just going to say, just remember what Mr. Miyagi said about chopsticks.
Oh, yeah.
Refresh my memory.
Command you cut to fly with chopstick.
Chopsticks. Yeah, I got it.
I remember. That's why I call it that. He did that. He went. He catches it.
Beginner luck.
Okay.
Nice.
Beginner luck. Yeah, man.
Flats took off. Where did he go? He's got the kids.
He got tired of our asses, man. He got tired.
Yeah, I know. This is fun. So basically, the impossible is now possible with all the technology in the world. I'm telling you, it's like a miracle.
All right, my mind's absurdity. He's saying that he's trying to join the chat.
Is he?
He said voice chat. Well, he must. If he's got the link, then he must be able to. But
is he in back?
Well, it says I'm not sure if you need to approve on your side. So if he's here, if he's used the link, then he must be backstage. If that's what he's saying.
If you're here,
something about a comment in private.
Oh yeah, can you comment in private to see if you're backstage? My mind's absurdity.
Okay, guys. Yeah, no one's in the backstage.
No.
So I'm gonna be having that debate in about 9 minutes. So I guess we can do closing statements. I am going to be on Discord, so I will give you guys the new link for the new page if you guys want to sit in there, if you really want to. But yeah, I'm going to be debating him on Discord. I don't know how long it's going to go on. It shouldn't go on too long, and then maybe have a after show if it doesn't end too late.
But are you coming out of Restream? Are we all coming out of Restream and just going into
another Restream link? Yeah.
Right. Cool.
I got you.
So I'll send it to you guys on the email.
All right.
What's the topic you're debating? That's what I want to know.
Thermodynamics.
Oh, great.
Yeah. The guy still thinks that thermodynamics doesn't violate the globe doesn't violate the second law of thermodynamics.
Oh, bullshit.
So
we'd all be dead a long time ago, dude.
So there's the new link for you guys.
Thanks.
If you want it. And then I'll see you guys there. Thanks all for coming. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate the super chats. Hit those likes. I mean, we haven't even got to 100 likes yet, and we've been having over 200 people watching. So how's that happen? Come on.
Hit those likes.
Yeah, hit the likes. Appreciate all your support. Appreciate all you. Make sure to go watch the debate now between myself and what's that guy's name? Somebody Junior.
Junior.
Jeffrey. Right. I think what? No.
Jeffrey Jr.
Somebody. That guy. Okay. Barry. Barry Jr. Barry E. Jr. Anyway, he used to work for NASA or something, or he trained up in NASA, and he thinks that what they taught him is real. He's the guy that got so triggered with me when I said they taught you fake. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to see what he says. Let's hope he actually brings a demonstration for anything he claims. I highly doubt it. But yeah. Oh, let me just quickly get the link for you guys in the YouTube lands. It should redirect you anyway to there.
Gotcha.
There we go. So what you guys closing statements?
Who's up first?
It's evident. It's just evident that come on, it's fake. Everybody's saying it professional to do this, professional to do that. But I dare say someone has. You know what I mean? To me, it's all I'm seeing is it's pointing towards fake. And again, we knew something dodgy from the start. Since it got mentioned the very first time, we knew something like this was going to happen. I mean, my point was that I didn't think they were going to go. They certainly seem to have gone. It seems like that, but so much fakery that it can't be denied that it was a psyop all along. So, that'll do. And Ace.
Michael, you got something?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm 99% sure it's fake. It's not looking good. Just like imagine, I don't know, I went on holiday and I filmed some footage. You won't be able to find all these anomalies in that footage. You know what I mean? So why is there so many in this?
Mhm.
So yeah. But I'm loving it, me. I'm loving that people are finding things wrong with it and more people are talking about it. And I'm liking that it's weeding out bad people from community. So it's all good.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, me
Yeah.
personally, the evidence compound is so bad that there's nothing. I don't think they're going to be able to recover, and only time will tell if there's actually any validity to this at all. And it's looking pretty bad for them. End of it.
And with all the effort and everything else, so in the whole scheme of things in the world, it didn't matter at all. If you don't believe me, just go out and ask somebody. Say, hey, what do you think about that final experiment? The what? They don't know any shit about it.
Yeah, half the people don't know about it, or they just doesn't matter, or whatever.
Right.
It's only the very dedicated, the globies that really want us to believe it so bad that
Mhm.
care about this. It's only them.
Well, Brenda about lost her mind on Ironworks last night.
Wow.
He about lost his mind.
Well,
You're
why
a
is he
liar.
allowing
You're a
Brenda?
liar. And I'm like, well, what did I lie about? I mean, I called the damn place. They gave me the schedules. I showed the schedules. You know, what is it that what did I lie about? Well, we saw the video of them. I said, there was no date on those videos. There's no date on any of those videos. What are you talking about? And what happened okay, so you got to Chile a day earlier than you were supposed to. You had to kill time, right? What did you do? Just sit in your hotel room for a whole day or something? You didn't bother going out and checking out the sites, or I mean, I've never been to Chile. I sure as hell would have been curious to see what it's like in the local markets and things like that, maybe give my YouTube audience some, hey, here's some footage. Look, we're going to go try some of that famous Chilean sea bass, or here's a little store, and look, isn't this crazy? You might think that's a lot of money that they're asking for, but that only counts to this amount of dollars, that kind of thing. Nothing, not a fucking thing. And then to
I
get
wonder
so
what they would have. I wonder what they would have done if someone was independent and just went there. Like they saw this whole TFE from the background, but they just took part in. They made sure they're there on time. They went on board and they went to this whole trip, but totally independent from TFE. Got nothing to do with it. I wonder what they would have done.
Duffy said there were 2 people independent to them on the same trip.
Yeah, but they were just on holiday. They were got nothing to do with this. They didn't even look at the 24-hour sun or nothing. They were going there, and I think the one was skiing.
Yeah.
So they were just there on holiday doing things.
This explains why that Duffy did not give me an opportunity to really go, dude. He said he invited everybody, but yeah. Don't think that was in the cards for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got to go, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys over in the next stream, which is going to start in like 2 minutes.
All right.
Cheerio. Many blessings. May the pressure with you. Go, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Crafted signs of the divine. I'm made for something true.